Welcome back. The Women's Housing and Economic Development Corporation is a community development organization driven by the belief that everyone deserves thriving and vibrant opportunities as well as communities. Now, the organization is dedicated to providing a safe and inclusive environment for students to enjoy themselves, to learn, and flourish through their summer arts day camp. And here now to tell us more, we've got the Senior Director of Education and Youth Development at WHEDco, Katie Aylwin. And Katie, good to have you.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So it's a busy time of year for you too, huh?
Busy time of year, indeed. Yeah.
So what's it like?
Well, I've taken off my camp outfit to be here with you today, but we start at 8 o'clock in the morning and run until, after dismissal starts around 5 o'clock every afternoon, and it is a jam-packed afternoon or full day of activities for students with partnership with DOE teachers, and then lots of different specialists that come in and provide all kinds of enrichment activities for our students.
So we call it it's called the Summer Arts Day Camp. So what falls under the banner of Summer Arts?
So for us at WHEDco, we've historically been the Summer Arts Day Camp. We are in partnership this year and in the last few years with the Department of Education under the DOE and Department of Youth and Community Development's Summer Rising initiative that started with Mayor Bloomberg and has been continued with Mayor Adams. And so we're partnering with DOE teachers in the morning to provide academic enrichment to help our students catch up after some of their lags that we saw post the time we spent at home during COVID. And so working with those DOE teachers to provide the academic enrichments for all students that are attending, and then also to provide as much physical activity, as many arts activities. We have drawing and painting, we have dance, we have drama, and then just as much social interaction as students can get while they're with us.
Yeah. When you talk about social interaction, a lot of that was impacted by COVID.
Big
the
time.
Emotional, right? So what are you seeing on your end now, given the fact that really it's like the first full summer that we're seeing kids back in action? What are you seeing on your side?
Yeah, I mean, it's very joyful to see all of our young people back and really in it and feel normal. But for sure, we do see a lot of lags in our students developmentally in their social development. And just seeing, some of our kindergartners are not as used to being away from their families for the entire day. And so, helping them just really acclimate to being in a setting outside the home and continuing to practice sharing and being in large groups and raising your hand. And then for some of our middle schoolers, just really taking their focus off their phones. And that was a great way for them to stay connected to their peers during COVID. But now that we're back in person, we don't have to just communicate on our phones. We can have a conversation with each other. And so really making sure we're helping them navigate the difficulties of adolescence and the difficulties of friendship for all of our students in person and in real life so that they can, kind of reacclimate to that.
Are you finding there's anything in particular they're gravitating to, especially during this time of year?
I think for us, we're really trying to give them some time to really focus. And so, we've had a lot of time on screens in the last few years. I know when I look at my phone, I can be looking at one app and then go to another and then go to another and go to another.
That's all
and
of
so,
us, yeah.
right. And so, our brains are all over the place. So really giving them some hands-on, minds-on time to focus and dig into activities, whether that's them stepping away from laptops and tablets and computers and everything and being in a drama class where they're giving themselves over to being a real character, or running around and playing basketball or learning how to play volleyball, and really digging into their books and their reading and connecting all of their reading with different fun activities to just really help them focus and kind of reconnect with a lot of the work that we're doing.
So paying attention to curriculum, and one of the things you're offering is actually dog therapy. And so it's not a common thing that you hear, dog therapy. So first, let's walk through what dog therapy is for somebody that doesn't know. And why do you feel the importance of it?
So we work with a wonderful organization called A Fair Shake, and they bring us wonderful dog owners and their incredible dogs who come in and work with our students, and the students get to help train the dogs, teach them how to do tricks, and the students are learning how to teach them how to do tricks. But it's really just such a wonderful time for them to connect with these animals, to have fun, and it's just really such a joyful, wonderful time to go in. So please join us. We'd love to have you.
I gotta come. I have a Yorkie at home, so I feel that.
Amazing.
Yeah. He thinks he runs the house, but that's a whole nother show right there. When we talk about summer camp, obviously one of the things that we see happening during summer is that youth are actually engaged and somewhat prepared for the going into the school year. a lot of times there's that loss because if a youth is just at home and I'm not doing anything, I learn during school year, I lose it by the time I get back. But really, a summer arts camp also does a good job in bridging the gap. So that way when kids do return to school, that learning loss hopefully is curbed.
We're hopeful. We do a lot of work to make sure that we are connecting students with academics in ways that maybe they're not connecting in the school year. So if you're in your regular English language arts class and you're not really getting it or you're not really into it, how can we find a different path to help you latch onto that and learn those skills, maintain them, and also be excited about the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's some of the work that we're pushing with students and making sure that they're just staying connected to that work. It's staying front of mind for them. It's not something that's just gonna drift to the back of their mind behind video games. It really is something that's present in their everyday.
Yeah, food insecurity is huge here too, and I know you know about that. But when we talk about food insecurity, the fact of somebody being able to have food and then also having healthy food. But when you come to camp, I think one of the things that people are excited about is it may not be the meal of the lifetime, but the fact is there's a lot of healthy nutrition that goes on when a student attends camp.
Definitely. Not only are we so grateful to be housed by PSIS 218 here in the Bronx, which has an amazing kitchen staff that cooks breakfast, lunch, and snack for our students every day, but also we are working to make sure that our students are connecting to healthy eating as well. We have a garden that students maintain, and so in our cooking classes and our nutrition classes that we do with our young people, they're trying food from the garden, they're tasting. Yesterday I saw a zucchini tray be prepared by students, and everyone was like, oh, I've never had like summer squash before. It's like, great, let's get excited about it. You grew this yourself. So really exciting to see them try all those new things. And then at the end of the summer, our cooking classes will do a chopped challenge, which is always a real adventure to judge because there's lots of food from the garden that goes in that, and students find a really interesting way to use jalapenos in almost everything, which is really hard for me. But
yeah.
we try. We get it
That's
down.
a family staple.
Yeah, it's really great.
When you grow up in certain families,
Yep.
making jalapeno part of everything.
Yeah.
You're not in the family if you don't.
I'm trying. I'm definitely
but
in
you're
there.
the family.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
I'm in there. Yeah.
Talk to me about this too. Also, summer camp. You always go out on trips sometimes, and that's used to be the highlight.
Definitely.
The field trip. So
Yeah.
what do you got planned?
So this summer, this Friday, we have some students going to the Transit Museum. We have students going to to Urban Air in Brooklyn, which is a trampoline park. We'll be going to the movies this summer. We go to different museums. We'll go to the Natural History Museum, go to the Bronx Zoo. So we'll really be all over the city, just out and about on an adventure every Friday. So.
That's awesome. If people want to find out more, what do they do about getting connected with the summer arts camp? Is it too late or?
So right now, WHEDco's summer camp is full, but if folks would like to be connected to any of the DOE and DYCD's Summer Rising camps, it's nyc.gov/Summer Rising. So that is a great way to see what spots are left in your neighborhood and how you can connect to different community-based organizations that are doing that work. And then for WHEDco, we're always at WHEDco.org.
Yeah. Given the fact that we haven't been seeing a lot of in-person lately, we're just starting to get back. Were you a little nervous about possibly the potential outcome of people coming in, given the fact that some people have elected to stay home during this time?
Yeah, I think we've been really lucky. This last school year was very difficult. I think that, it was our first full kind of what was deemed as a normal school year. And so I think, this is our first full normal camp summer. And so I think getting through this will I think really help us all feel a lot more confident too going forward of like, okay, we're back, we're doing it. But it has felt really great to just feel like we're settling in and things are coming back, which is wonderful to see for our students and our staff.
Yeah. Before we leave, I want to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship and also leadership, because I think that's also something that's fostered in the environment that you guys have. So talk to us about how that plays out in the life of those young people that come there, that they learn about entrepreneurship, and at the same time, leadership.
So we have two different classes that we're offering this summer where there's a push by the city to really expose our young people to career development. So we're doing a leadership program with our middle schoolers, but we're also in the entrepreneurship kind of tapping into their creativity and their curiosity and helping them build their ideas from germ to business and see what that could really look like. And on every Friday, once they get back from trips, they'll be meeting with different professionals. We're going to lock you in to come in and join us one Friday.
I'm locked in. I sang
Yep.
it on TV. Yes, I am. Lock
Got
me
him.
in.
So we'll see you on a Friday afternoon to come in and talk about your career path with all of our young people, and just really give kids an idea of different possibilities for both that, seeing an idea come to fruition, and then also, how else they could dream even bigger.
Well, it's awesome to have you, Katie, and I think you guys are doing a great job. It's certainly a lot to offer, and so if somebody wants to get connected, you've given us the information already. But what would be your best advice for a parent that's watching right now, and they're saying, listen, you know what, I want to keep my kid engaged, and you seem to do a great job of doing that. What advice would you give?
I think everything we do is a learning opportunity. Everything in your life is a learning opportunity. So if you're on a walk with your child, ask them questions about what they see, ask them questions about what they think. You can be the one that asks why all the time too. It doesn't have to just be your kids. So ask them open-ended questions about what they think, and when they ask why, if you don't know, why don't we find out together? That can always be a great opportunity for you two to learn together and explore.
Got to leave it there, but great having you. Thank you so much for being with us, Katie.
Thanks for having me.
All righty. Well, I want you to know, if you want more information, please visit the website at WHEDco.org and then follow them on Facebook at WHEDco. We encourage you to don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Open coming up right after this.